Do you like being triggered? I love being triggered. And the reason behind that is we look at triggers as something bad. When do we usually get triggered? Is when somebody did something or somebody said something or somebody acted in a certain way. And that's what triggers us, right? We think of triggers as something bad, as it disturbed me and I don't want to deal with it again. So we try to avoid situations and people that trigger us. But if you think about it, triggers are actually the message. It's an idea, it's a signal that our body sends it to us that something is not right. Our mind communicates that something is not right. A trigger is basically something happens, somebody does something, and we get triggered and we feel like it happened because he or she did this. It has nothing to do with what is happening externally. There is no external reason for you to get triggered. The only reason you will get triggered is when there is a part of you that is not looked at. It is like a sore, it is a wound that is sitting there. And the moment somebody looks at it or touches it or acknowledges it, it makes you upset. It makes you uncomfortable. Why? Because it's sore. It's a wound. Of course, when you touch a wound, it's going to hurt, right? So next time when you're triggered, try to look at what is it that made you feel the way you felt. Okay, what happened? What did it make you feel? And pay attention to the feeling before you get triggered. See, we use this word triggered as such a general thing. What does it mean? There are different emotions that get activated when we're triggered. You need to pay attention to that initial emotion that comes up when that action happens, and what is that emotion. And when you realize what that emotion is, so I will give you my example. Few months back, I was in TTC, and that's when I was practicing these like emotional self-regulation and being able to go with triggers all around in the environment. And what is a better place to practice it than being on a public transportation? So I'm sitting in the subway and I'm about to sit down, and there's this person is sitting, and she just sees me sitting down, but she doesn't move her bag or anything, and she doesn't make space for me. So I felt that trigger that triggered me, right? So I paid attention. I'm okay. This was the action. What was the initial emotion that I felt? And I realized it was the feeling of being unseen or being not acknowledged, right? Once I paid attention to that, then I kept digging in, and then I kept digging in. Why is this specific thing made me feel this way? And then I kept digging and kept digging until I got to the point where I'm like, okay, this is the base. This is where I need to resolve it. This is where I need to heal. And this is where I need to